Okay, in this lesson, we're going to look at what are called one-to-one functions and also inverses of functions. So a function is called one-to-one if for each y value, output value, there's exactly one input value. Okay, so I'm going to show you a couple of examples of this, and then a couple that are not examples. So, for example, let's say that somebody earns $12 per hour, and we asked, okay, well, suppose that the person earned $120. Okay, so they earned $120 in pay. Okay, and so that's the output. So then when we would ask, well, how many hours did they work? How many hours did they work? Okay, so what we're asking is what x value resulted in a y value of $120. Well, they're earning $12 per hour, and so in order to wind up with $120, they must have worked 10 hours. And so the input 10 results in the output of 120. Okay? And so the question really now is there a different input value that could result in, is there a different input value that could result in $120, or is 10 hours the only amount of hours that could result in $120? And we know that 10 hours is the only input of hours that can result in $120. And so this function is one-to-one. This is a one-to-one function, okay? Because the output of $120 can only be achieved with the input of $10. Okay, here's an example. Here's the function f of x equals x squared. And the question is this function one-to-one? And so suppose we select any output value, like suppose f of x, let's say f of a. Let's say f of a is equal to 25. And the question is, what value for a results in f of a equaling 25? All right, so what we're saying here is this, is what value squared equals 25, okay? Well, we know that if a was equal to 5, that 5 squared is equal to 25. But we also know that negative 5 is a possibility. We know that 5 squared equals 25, and we also know that negative 5 squared is equal to 25, okay? And because there are two input values that result in an output of 25, then f of x equals x squared is not one-to-one, okay? So this function is not one-to-one, okay? And so let's look at one more example. Okay, so now we're going to ask the question, is the function f of x equals 2x minus 9? Is this a one-to-one function? Well, what we can do is we can select any output value. And so let's say that, let's suppose we're going to select I don't know, how about 28? Okay, all right, great. And so we want to know how many input values for x can result in the output of 28. Well, we can just solve this algebraically and find out. And we know that this is a linear equation, and so that it only has one solution. If we add 9, we get 2x is equal to 37. And now divided by 2, and we wind up with x is equal to, well, we have 37 over 2, which is which is basically equal to 18.5. Okay, and that's the only solution. There is no other answer, and therefore the output of 28 results in an input, only one input of 18.5, and since there is only one input for the one output, that means that this function 2x minus 9 is 1-to-1. Okay. All right, so what we're going to do now is, in the next video, we're going to look at graphical examples. If we look at the graph of these functions, we will see there's a way of understanding whether they are 1-to-1.